We're in an art studio. Wow. Painting. Man, I wish I had the space for painting. I really liked it when I took it in college. The only problem with it is that paint is so fucking expensive and it takes up so much space and the fumes and the mess. Man. Oh well. Wow, this looks like... It looks like a studio. It's like life imitating art. Or maybe it's the other way around? But the tape on the ground there is a bit jarring. Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene. Maybe it's an art installation on the floor. Apollo, look at those paintings. Hey, don't touch those. It's okay, I'm just looking. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's all coming back to me. Huh? Apollo, look at this one. Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath. But that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all. Yeah, good point. That is odd. All the paintings have a really different style, too. That doesn't even look like a painting. That looks like a fucking photo. Ah, I thought I might find you two here. Emma, long time no see. Oh, yeah, it has been 3 months, hasn't it? Oh, so we really just haven't done any cases in 3 months. What the hell have you been doing, Apollo? Oh, seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here, too. You know about the trial simulation tomorrow? I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh? We don't even know what the case is about. Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Misham. Misham? And his daughter was put under arrest. Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center. It was funny, though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who would commit murder. You don't say. Not even by poisoning? That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning is a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman. Poisoning? Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my snackoos. We can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around. Which means we'd better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Or else. Can we talk to her? Looks like I can talk to her. So, this, Drew Misham was some kind of artist? I'm trying to see if there's like a pun to his name. Drew Misham. Nah. No, I can't think of it. Apparently. Did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans too, for what it's worth. Oh? Well, I guess the stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance. Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means? He was an odd bird, Misham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end. What do you mean, to anyone? He was always locked up here in the studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he'd put in that letterbox there. Letters? Do people still write letters? What do you mean, Apollo? I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days? Man, the art of writing letters is like, the art of writing letters and sending it to people and stuff is like, it was such a romantic idea. Well, it is a romantic idea nowadays because like, it's like so sparsely done, but it's still available to use. And if you do it, then you're really putting in the effort of like trying to communicate with people. I think there was a time where I made an effort to have pen pals with people. Those are fun, waiting for the letters to come and then writing back. Nowadays it's like, eh. Not Mr. Misham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. Maybe he thought that way was more artistic, you know? Letterbox. I wonder how he gets his groceries. It's not like Postmates was a thing in this time. In any case, the only person beside him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera. Oh, you mean the killer? Just calls her the killer. The suspect, please. We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Misham's and Vera's, basically. Basically? Actually, last night, Mr. Misham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. Oh yeah, I forgot about him! It happened during the interview, apparently. His first interview ever? Could you tell us a bit more about what happened that night of the murder? So this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Misham's daughter, right? My chair is fucking moving away from the table. Stop it! Yep, a real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura. She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company. Her good luck charm? Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can't I ever get a normal client? But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad? Don't look at me. So about the poison. It was found to be in his coffee, right? Where did we hear that? Did we hear that from someone? Did she say that? I don't remember her saying that. No, not precisely. Not precisely? What does that mean? It means see for yourself, I think. Guess it's time to... Oh, I thought I was gonna examine. Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles. Yeah, I mean, it's not often you come across... I mean, no, that's a lie. You do come across a lot of artists that remain anonymous. What was the point I was trying to make? It doesn't matter. And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview? At around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always makes him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died? No, and died? And died? And died? You know, and died? There you go. She poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see? He wasn't near Mr. Misham when she brought her father his coffee. Oh my god, look! Technology! Crazy. What the hell is this barrel? What does this barrel do? Is that where he gets his electricity from? He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact. She didn't notice he was there? Like, Vera didn't notice that there was a man, a stranger in the house? That can't be right. You know what? I think I always assume that the studio was just this one room and that there wasn't like other rooms attached to it. But it makes sense. Is this like part of it? Maybe this one room is a studio and there's like other rooms. It's like a part of like a house or something, right? Maybe there's more to it. I always just assumed that their living space was just this studio. Alright, whatever. Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone's suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that. He spat in it. Like the reporter just spat into the coffee. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Do you though? Do you though? We're gonna be in for a treat when we see them. Coffee mug. Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug. Aha! So the poison wasn't here! This is my first time seeing a real poisoned mug of coffee. I would hope so. Poisoned coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee. What? You'll have to figure out the rest yourself. I'm officially not on your side after all. was! That's the spot where Mr. Drew Michan passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted painting there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died. Wow! A true artist to the end! Or maybe he started it a year ago and was procrastinating. Mood. I don't want to get this one. This little painting that's hidden over here. Hey! There's a painting hidden back here! Hey, you're right! What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it? He certainly seemed pleased by the possibility. Oh look! Huh? It's so normal! I mean, it's like, it's done in the style of like Starry Night, but it's of the story of Momotaro the Peach Boy or whatever it's called. Y'all know the story? It's like a Japanese folklore? Is it folklore? It's a story of like these two old people who find like this floating peach in a river and they pick it up and then inside it there's apparently a boy and they call him Momotaro and he grows up to be their son or some shit. I don't know. I don't know the details of the story. That's hardly something to get mad about. Huh? What is it, Apollo? Well, doesn't this painting look like... never mind. I like how they don't notice it. I like how they don't notice that one of the paintings that they saw when they came in here looks similar to that one. I better get a professional opinion on this. Professional. Alright, let's examine the paintings. I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. This looks like a creature from it looks like a creature you would see in what's that old Nickelodeon show, or is it Cartoon Network? The Real Monsters or whatever it's called. It reminds me of that kind of style. I never watched that show, so I don't actually know if that's the case or not, but I remember seeing snippets of it. I just love oils, you know? What? I just love oils. You know how they're so thick? Is that the word? That was an oil painting? That didn't look like an oil painting. These paints are all dry. I'm just surprised at how different these all are. This is not a painting. This can't be a painting. This is clearly a photograph. I guess I was meant to believe that this is a painting. Yeah, and what's going on with this half-finished one? It must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketches below. That's what's so weird. The sketch part doesn't really fit the finished part. I noticed. That is weird. You're not gonna question the fact. How you not? Never mind. That letterbox looks funny sitting inside a room like this. Let's take a look. Empty. The other half of that letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio. Mr. Michan would have put his letters in here, and the postman took them away. Yeah, remember services like that where you could like leave mail? Actually, no, that's a lie. I didn't remember anything like that. But there was always like I feel like there was always in old shows or something like that, or like they made you believe that. Actually, am I making that up? I might be making that up. Never mind. Never mind. Forget what I was gonna say. Forget it. Forget it. Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age, or wrote rather. Is there anything else to examine here? I'm gonna go over. Look at this photograph. Let's take a look. Let's take a closer look. What? Let's take a closer look at that desk here. Look at that little tiny thing. Let's look at this picture. So this is Drew Michan? And this little girl must be Vera. Yes, they took that some years ago. They look close. A happy little family. Until you arrested his daughter. Look, I was personally against that, okay? She just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking. Uh-huh, right. I just realized, is this little figure supposed to be doing the objection pose? Huh? Something about the way the figure is posed. I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo! See, you're making one of your flamboyant gestures. Please, I am a professional. I wonder why it's posed like that. Coincidence? Ah! I never noticed that! I never thought to click on that. What's this? Hey, Apollo, what's this feathery thingy? Isn't that a pen? Like an old-fashioned quill pen? But it doesn't have a pointy end. Is it like used to like brush away like eraser shavings? Oh. That was most likely for sweeping detritus. What's a detritus? Detritus? Off the desk. Detritus? Wow, you sure know a lot, Emma. Bold and scientific, that's my motto. Exactly what about that was bold or scientific? What the hell's a detritus? What? I'm Googling it. Detritus. Waste or debris of any kind. Oh. I've never heard that word detritus. What's this little thingy? Oh, cute! Look at the tiny frame, Apollo. Tiny is right. That thing's barely 2 inches high. What picture would fit in that? None, apparently. It's empty. There's no glass in it either. What's it doing sitting on this desk? How would you even get... They must have made it. There's no way to sell a frame like that. There's no way you can go to a store and just find that. This is a lesson for us all. Be sure to check the size when you buy frames. Books? Is this a journal? Wow, talk about a clue. Let's read it. What is it, Apollo? He didn't write the name of the killer, did he? Oh, he didn't write the name of the killer, did he? It's new. He didn't write a single line. Ah, you had me going for a while there. Yeah, guilty of buying books like sketchbooks and journals and never ever using them. This envelope has been opened and resealed. Oh, I know how to do that. You take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts and it opens. Cool, huh? Whoever did this wasn't so delicate. You're right. Looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? The postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago. Why would someone open a letter, then seal it again? I'd better hang on to this. It just steals a... I mean, you don't know, maybe it's just like a card, like a greeting card. I do that whenever I get cards from friends, like for the holidays or birthday or whatever. They give me a card and I put it back in the envelope and I just like, close it up. I don't see why that's suspicious. Look at this fancy gadgets. What is all this equipment here for? It doesn't look very artistic, really. He had everything from what's that word? Lathe? Lathe to a laser cutter. What's a lathe? Is that like bathe but with an L? What's that? Google. A lathe is a machine tool that rotates a workpiece about an axis of rotation to perform various operations such as cutting, sanding, curling, or drilling deformation. How do you pronounce that word? Lathe. I'm gonna assume it's lathe. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and wood too. Though his equipment's a bit old to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? From the dust, I'd say he hasn't used his stuff for years. This corner doesn't fit with the rest of the studio. Oh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make a trick coin. This is a crime scene, Trucy. But these cost like $50 at the magic shop. Get your dad to buy it. Is this, if I click on, is this all the same thing? If I examine, is this a desk for painting, Apollo? That would be a drafting table. Drafting? Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams. Wow, painting is harder than I thought. I've always wanted those large tables that are like kind of like drafting tables that you can tilt. It would make drawing so much like more ergonomically better, but nowadays you do everything's digital, so I don't need that table anymore. Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too? Look at this little old compooper. Is this the same? This is the same text. Oh my god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Is there anything else to observe? The door? Nope. Anything else to examine? I doubt this is anything. Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many. He's got like 20 kinds of red. In jars? Do paints come in jars? I guess they do. We can repaint your suit, Apollo. How about this shade of green? That'll be enough of that, thanks. Alright, I think that's it for... Or do I need it? No, I think I should be okay. Hey, how's when I present something to you, Emma? Let's talk about this. Oh, Emma, I was wondering about this painting here. That one? What about it? What about it? Yeah, what about it, Apollo? Take a closer look at it, both of you. Now, look at this one. This is the third painting he was working on. Hey, they're the same. I was hoping you wouldn't find that. It's sticking out. Why would I not find that? You're right, though. Drew Misham was copying this painting. Wow, it's pretty good. Copying a painting? What for? For practice, silly. Let's check this mug out. Oh, this mug has Miss. What's that say? What does this the fucking cup say? Why is it fucking crooked? I'm trying to M-I-S and then bloop. I didn't realize that. I always thought this mug just had like a swirl thing on it. I never even bothered to look. Examine. Hey, look there! That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about. Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, this stain is probably... better ask Emma. Oh, okay. Is there something like that? Oh, there's an X on it. Apollo, look, it's been opened once here. You're right. I wonder if there's some way we can see what's inside. Should I try to get it open and then stick it back shut? Let's not tamper with the evidence, shall we? I've got a better idea. Emma, let's ask her. Okay, we're just gonna present a few things to her then. Or let's start with the envelope. Emma, about this? Oh, that's... Yes, why that's a bright red envelope. She sure is jumpy. Someone opened this, didn't they? My lips are sealed. Your lips are sealed? That's a first. You mean, you know what's inside the envelope? Sure, I read it after all. Ah, you mean you were the one who ripped this open? Ha! Please, I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side. Weapon? Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering. You're just carrying that thing around with you, Emma? Is it in your purse? Along with your vials that you have for some reason, which contain what? Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors. Never heard of that one, but it's a good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. Hang on, let me present this mug to her. Emma, about this mug? There's a pale blue, residue on the rim. That's... Well, yes, it's just a rumor. But I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain. I'm pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma. Right. Okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray. Forensic science! I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma. It's not a hobby. So, what kind of scientific stuff were you up to? This spray, that's what. It turns blue when it touches poison. So, the poison that killed the victim was on this mug? That's right. See, it wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself. Wow, science is amazing! It certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma would be willing to help us out a bit more? You should try buttering her up, Apollo. They say flattery will get you everywhere. It's certainly worth talking to her a bit more. Okay, maybe I just talk to her now? There should be a few things. Oh, just kidding, it's only one thing. I bet Emma could help us out here. Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo. Huh? What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking. You look very pretty today, Emma. I mean, what is it we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do, scientifically? Ah, you know me too well. Okay. Okay. Meaning we can get, scientific now? Oh, I suppose. Just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. Oh, I had to say that to her first and then present her the stuff. Fine. Well, that was a waste of time. Alright, it's fine. Emma, about this mug? There's a pale blue, yeah, the residue, yeah, yep. Forensic science, I know your hobby, blah, blah. Okay, but it's not a hobby. So, what kind of scientific stuff? Blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Science is amazing. It certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma would be willing to help us out a bit more. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. They say flattery will get you everywhere. It's certainly worth talking to her a bit more. About poison analysis? I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquinine. Sure. Atroquinine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy. Which we don't have? We don't have the autopsy report. Hello? Uh-oh. I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly, right? I didn't get an autopsy report. No, I don't have one. Okay. I was gonna say. It's one of the most virulent, sure, poisons, but is absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown that that's fine, really. We don't need to know all the gory details. I think I get it. You just spray this stuff on something you want to test, right? Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with this. I want to try too, Emma. Pretty please. You don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course. Yay! Let's give it a whirl, Apollo. Ah! What are you doing? I was just seeing if I got a reaction off of you. How is this for a reaction? Never do it again! I'm not poisonous! Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand. Let's just get down to checking for real poisons, shall we? Yeah, what if that stains our clothes? Trucy, that's not nice. I'm spraying it, but is there something specific it wants me to spray? I know that there's something here that has a thing to it, but how do I get to it? Too bad, no reaction there. I'm sure Emma checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second. What is it, Apollo? Did you spray that little desk over there? I did, but apparently I don't have a far enough reach for it, I guess. I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know. Let's check it out, just to be sure. Thanks. I wish you could have let me done that in the first place. Boop, boop. Eek! A reaction, Apollo! Ah! Where? The inside of this cute little frame! Look! Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy. I'm known to work magic. Never mind that I was the one who found it. Tiny frame added to the court record. What? Why would the inside of that frame have poison on it? It looks like we found only other place that has poison in any case. Alright, let's talk to her now. About... Just kidding, nothing to talk to her about. Oh, I guess I should present the frame to her, maybe? Will that give me something to talk to her about? Emma, I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Look, I'm a detective. You can't just ask me any old thing and expect an answer, okay? I think you need to be a little more focused in your inquiries, scientific even. Somehow I knew she'd get around to science. Oh, I guess I don't present that to her. Present this to her. Oh wait, no. Wait, yes? Emma, about this? Oh, that... Yes, why, that's a bright red envelope. She sure is jumpy. Someone opened this, blah, blah, blah. My lips are sealed. Yeah. I read it, blah, blah, blah. Are you gonna let us read it? know that I have a powerful la la la. Yeah. We heard this already. Yeah. Okay, are you gonna... Okay, there you go. About an envelope we found. I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist? That's right. At least that's what I call it. Huh? It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray specialization... I think something. How am I supposed to remember all of that? So basically, it lets you see inside things, like envelopes? That's right. You're sharp, Trucy. But it's a bit more complicated than that in practice, of course. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma? Please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo! Ah! What are you doing? Oh, just seeing if I can see through your hair, but it's like lead. Point that thing at me anymore and I'll fall out. You probably shouldn't be pointing things like that at people. It might cause bad things. I don't know. I'm assuming it's lasers, but maybe it's not lasers. Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. Let's just get down to business, shall we? Right, let's test it on a sample first. It just so happens that I have a lottery ticket here. Is your lottery ticket in an envelope? You set the sample in the device like so. I don't see anything. Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope. Layer view? You've got it set to display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn that dial there for me, would you? I'm not doing that. Oh. That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something! See? That's how you can read the letters of the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except, I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see that paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow, really? This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers so it can only show what's written on that layer. I'm not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why we go to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. The image? You mean rub the screen? Here I am rubbing it. There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again, just a little. Good, now you can rub this image to fix it too. Hey, I get it! We just keep doing this until we've got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's do some more. Okay, so we're just gonna be spending some time rubbing screens and turning dials. Okay, let's print this one out. What kind of lottery ticket just has a number and says try again? It's already, the minute you print it, you've already lost. Does that mean I have to buy another one to win? Well, it's Emma's ticket. Let's let her buy another one. It's okay, there's no need. But see, this is the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we? Okay, I guess we're gonna just, I don't know, maybe I'll fast forward this part, but it's just a little time consuming with not much going on. There you go. Am I done? Alright. Okay, let's print this one out. Mr. Drew Misham, I've deposited $100,000 in a designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Misham's account? That's so much money, 100,000. How nice. You can put a down payment on a condo or something. And more. His paintings must be really valuable. Can you imagine making a piece of art and selling it for $100,000? That would be such a fucking, like, damn. I wouldn't even need to produce that. Like, if I had the talent to produce an art piece that could sell for $100,000, I wouldn't even, like, be trying to shell out to become a millionaire or anything. I would just be shelling out enough so I can fucking buy a house and that's it. I wouldn't even need to... Must be nice. Must be nice to be talented. There's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do! If you're gonna read someone's mail, you might as well read it all! Here goes with the second page then. How do you separate the pages? If we're not opening the envelope, and we're putting it into the machine thing and we're going layer by layer, how does it... I don't know, never mind. Maybe it goes like to the bottom most layers, whatever. I don't get it. I don't even know if this type of machine is real. Okay, let's print this one out. Sign the papers and send it in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within something days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. Within how many days? What does that say? Within... I can't see that. 3? 7? Whatever. So it was a letter about the payment for one of his paintings. Why all the secrecy though? And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it has some special significance then? Well, Emma? Well, indeed. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. Red envelope has been updated. So, Emma, I was wondering. What's the story about this reporter that came here for the story on the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's gonna be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I thought so. I'll never forget that face. But what was his name? Oh, right. Brushel. Brushel? He's after a scoop to sell to the papers. So a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he was killed? Seems strange to you? Really strange. It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician. Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, that leaves only one other person. It wasn't Valen Grammar by any chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valen Grammar. Looks like I'll be heading out to that Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you that reporter's card if you want. Oh, thanks. You don't need it? Does that mean we're done here? I'm leaving then. We're heading to the Coliseum, boys.